See, it should have already started. All right, shalom, shalom. It's the brother Shakab from Great Millstone Lake Charles Camp. Just back again with another lesson. Bahar Crocodile Shalmath. That's in the Holy Spirit of Truth. Okay, but before I do anything, as always, I'm going to start by saying, Call Elohim La, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rachak Kodash. All right, and that's all praises to the Father, in the name of the only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Nathama Shanakabala Zaquim Shaya Sharala, which is give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who teach and rule well. And Shalom Wabalabachea Shaya Sharala, which is peace and love to the elect of Israel. Okay, and as you can see, I have an article pulled up. All right, going into Apple planting brain chips into humans so that they're able to make use of their phones. Okay, so this is and Apostle Tahar, he did a video on it too as well. So brothers, feel free to check that out. Okay, but nevertheless, I just kind of want to hop in the spirit. Read this AI overview on it. A few other things. So Lord willing, this video be edifying to this. See how I can walk up and maybe tuning in. So yeah, and this is Esau's tactics, man. He gradually, shows his hand. All right, slowly but surely over time, he's gonna, come out to where that charagma is going to be mandatory throughout the world. Okay, but these are steps that he's making towards making that big old step, man, to make these things happen. Okay, and we're seeing things. We've seen things like in the year of 2020 when they had the jab go out. All right, it was basically you couldn't participate in outside activities unless you had that jab card. Okay, so we seeing the test run of these things. Okay, so Esau, he wants to see the leg room that he has. He wants to see who's going to bow down. He wants to see how far he can get. Okay, he wants to see who's going to basically accept him as their God, as their power, man. Okay, so he's slowly making moves like this. Okay, so this the AI overview. It says Apple is exploring brain-computer interface, and that's BCI. All right, so BCI technology, brain-computer interface. It says technology that could allow users to control iPhones and other devices with their thoughts rather than physical movement or voice commands. Okay, and actually you see that. Okay, because now Esau, he's pumping out a new phone every year. Okay, and he's basically, all right, getting it in the minds of these people to where they feel useless or they feel like they're not, for lack of better terms, I'm gonna say the word hip. They feel like they're not hip to what society has going on if they don't have the latest iPhone. Also, Esau, he starts to bug out the older phones just so you can upgrade. Okay? So Esau, bro, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. We see the things that's coming down the pipe. All right, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone have been prophesying about that charagma being mandatory throughout the world. All right, since Ben, man. Okay? According to Revelation, the 13th chapter, man. All right, so I'm gonna continue with this. It says, control iPhones and other devices with their thoughts rather than physical movement or voice commands. So they're gonna make it seem as if, this is the new fad. This is the new trend. And they're gonna always put Jake on the forefront or something. All right, this gonna be niggas' new way to stunt, man. All right. Oh man, y'all niggas broke, man. Y'all niggas ain't got the chip yet. Y'all niggas ain't got that charagma yet. All right. Excuse me. It says this is being achieved through a collaboration with companies like Synchron, which has developed implantable devices that read brain signals and translate them into actions on devices. The goal is to improve accessibility for people with disabilities. So see how Esau, he tries to squeeze that in? All right, he tries to tell you the goal is to improve accessibility for people with disabilities. Oh, this is my reason on why I'm doing it. Nah, it's not the gang total control. It's not the, cut off your access to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay? It's not so that I can have complete complete control and surveillance over you. Nah, the goal is to help out the poor, help out those who have disabilities. All right, and this is the tactics of Esau, man. All right, of him being that devil, man. All right. So look at the elaboration. It says brain-computer interfaces, which is BCI. It says Apple is working on a standard for BCI technology that allows users to control devices with their brains. BCI translate brain signals into actions on devices like selecting icons on the screen or a moving cursor. So they're giving an example of how these things, the beginning stages of them will work. Okay, so it says Synchron collaboration. It says Apple has partnered with Synchron, a BCI startup. All right, so this is the beginning. Okay, it says to develop this technology, Synchron's Strento plant. I'm not sure what Strento means. Let me see. All right, this is the Synchron Stentro is a minimally invasive brain-computer interface. All right, so another BCI, a form of that, developed by Synchron. It is designed to be implanted via a catheter, into the jugular vein and maneuvered into the brain. So going in through your neck, because I believe your jugular is in your neck, specifically near the motor cortex without open brain surgery. So your motor skills. All right, oh, that's wicked, bro. It says the Stentro uses a self-expanding stent with embedded sensors that record brain activity. These sensors are designed to maintain blood flow and allow. Man, Esau bugged out, man. Esau fucking on mess with your blood flow, man. Stop your blood from pumping, dog. Come on, man. It says and allow for the gradual incorporation of the device into the brain tissue, man. All right, so he's going to gradually work his way into your brain, bro. Esau is sick, man. Damn, bro, this dude's sick, dog. Let me go back to this, man. This AI overview. So it says the accessibility for people with disabilities. This is the main goal. All right, here it goes. The main goal. All right, of this technology is to improve accessibility for people with disabilities. Excuse me. Particularly, it's like I can't say the word. Particularly those who have limited hand use or mobility. All right, and we seen Esau basically try and push this thing. All right, with those who are disabled. All right, it was a guy who was paralyzed. Esau made it to where he got that neural link and he was able to play chess, man. Okay. Let me see. This was another article that came out on today. Today or was it today the 14th or 13th? Nevertheless, it's pretty recent, within a day old. So it's this Apple Explorers letting people control iPhones with their brains. Report says people with physical disabilities have already begun the testing, man. So they're already having this thing, all right, having this thing going. All right, in motion. It says Apple is working on a way for people with physical disabilities to control devices with their thoughts. Okay, making it seem as if it's convenient. All right, they already have things such as Amazon Go. Okay, and plenty of other things, man. All right, we're seeing it with the Real ID. We're seeing basically small steps into making this thing, all right, come alive in real time. Okay, so it says on Tuesday, the tech giant announced a partnership with there go that BCI word, all right, Computer Synchron, that's developing an implantable device. Bear with me. Implantable device with electrodes that read brain signals. All right, so they try to make things seem fancy through what, labeling it or using scientific methods, man, for lack of better terms. Okay, it says this technology enables Apple to translate these signals into actions like selecting icons on the screen of iPhones, iPads, and Apple Vision Pro. The without the need for physical movement or voice commands, according to the press release. Okay, so this is how Esau is going to basically pump these things out, man. All right, makes it seem as if it's what it's real convenient, man. All the traffic back there, man. All right, and also too, we already seen the Real ID go into effect on May 7th. Okay, you basically can't you can't fly without it, take domestic flights without it, man. Okay, let me see, I got that pulled up as well. So it says Real ID. It says Real ID is a state-issued driver's license or identification card that meets security standard set by the Real ID Act, which was passed by Congress in 2005. So Esau, he does things, and he has these things play out later on. All right, because it says this was an act that was passed by Congress in 2005. Okay, it says these IDs are used for boarding domestic flights and accessing certain federal facilities. Starting May 7th, you will need a Real ID compliant driver's license. So the driver's license with that big star at the top right. Okay, it says or another acceptable form of identification to board domestic flights, so such as like a passport. All right, but you know, Jake just booked a flight maybe this past weekend, this Friday, Saturday. Okay, but when you're basically, before you go to TSA, you have to, you know, get your boarding pass. So when you go to your boarding pass, it was asking, are you Real ID ready? All right, and they got some terms and agreements and all kind of other things, man. So he saw, bro, man, this devil, bro. Hey, bro, never trust this devil, man. And I'm gonna get a few scriptures, man. Actually, maybe like one or two. All right, but all in all, bro, it's gonna lead to him coming down with great wrath. Excuse me, as Revelations, the 12th chapter speaks about, man. Excuse me, man. It's like him on that. Jake just got off the plant. See, let me see. What am I looking for? This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices," man. All right, look at it in NLT. It says, "So that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes," man. Esau likes to run schemes, semantics. All right, this nigga the ultimate scammer, bro. Okay, let's see what devices says. Devices, all right. So a mental perception, a thought, an evil purpose, man. That which thinks, the mind, thoughts, purpose. Let me see what the Greek word. It says to perceive with the mind, man. Come on, man. To understand, have understanding. To think upon, heed, ponder. All right, the mind. It says comprising of like the faculties of perceiving and understanding, and those of feeling. Alright. So Esau trying to play on our minds, man. Alright. See, the masses, they're the game for that, man. Alright. If the Lord has the elect, alright, with eyes to see and ears to hear. Okay. It's the devil, man. But let me see. Let me get that revelation. I'll probably close it out on this. This is Revelation, chapter 13. Oh man, take it straight to the point. 16. It says that he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Well, let's go into this word mark to show that it's going to be something physical. All right, and not sin, embargo, or Christianity. All right. So mark, it goes back to the Greek word. This is G5480. It goes back into the Greek word charagma or charagma. All right. It says a stamp and printed mark. All right, of a mark stamped on the forehead. It says sculpted figure, graven. Okay. And let's it goes back to the Greek word krox. Okay. It means a pill or a stake. Alright. Look, to sharpen to a point. Alright. So yes, this thing is gonna be physical, man. Alright. It says what? Look through the idea of scratching, man. But nevertheless though, man. Alright. It says that all are gonna basically have to take that mark, man. Okay. But when you go over to the next chapter, you see the reward of those who take that mark, man. Okay, so Esau is basically going to cut your limitations off, your access, all right, to the world if you don't have that. So verse 17 it says that no man might buy or sell save he had that mark, that he had the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. So you're not going to be able to function in society without it. Okay, like that's why I mentioned about that jab. All right. Basically the same thing with that. Also, you start to see it with the real ID now. Okay, not able to board planes. Okay, at least you have it. All right. I had to make sure my Bluetooth went on. Okay, 18. It says, "Here's the wisdom. Let him have the understanding. Count the number of the beast, for it is the number of the man, and his number is 603 score and 6. Alright. So let me go to something real quick. This a fast way to get it. So look. It's that word stigma. Alright, it's G4742. I believe it's the one in Galatians says that they paired the marks of the Lord. Going to that word mark. Alright, it goes into stigma. And look what the reading says, the outline of biblical usage. It says, a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, cut in parentheses into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belong to. So this is the same thing you're going to be doing. All right, if you get that radio frequency identification thing, man. Alright, it's going to be the size of a grain of rice, alright, incised into your right hand. Or we seen that neural link, man, your forehead. It says, and there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods, man. That's the same thing you're going to be doing if you accept this, man. Alright, and let's see what the Lord is going to do to those, alright, who take that. Alright, now I'll close it out with this. Bear with me. This is Revelation. Revelation chapter 14. Come on, man. This is Revelation chapter 14. And let's see, I'm gonna get straight to it. Doing it 9, 10. I'll read from 9 to 12. It's Revelation 14 and 9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, all right, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Alright, so you're going to receive that thermonuclear fire from those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Alright, a grievous death. Alright, a painful death, man. Alright, verse 11, it says, and smoke of the torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever received the mark of his name. Verse 12, it says, here the patience of the saints, here are they that keep the commandment of the Most High and the faith of Yahushua. All right, because having that faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to allow you, all right, to not take of their mark, all right, and get you through, the upcoming times that we're soon approaching. Okay, but that was pretty much all I had. I kind of wanted to just read up on some of those articles. So Lord willing, this video was edifying to the sincere Aki and Walk who may be tuning in. Hey, with that being said, I'm going to say Shalom.